William, hopefully your favorite videographer. We are here at the Dallas Area Rapid Transit Board meeting, the agency known as DART to Dallas, Texas residents. As a service to the Dallas community, we plan to cover DART board meetings from gavel to gavel. Public comments are required to keep DART board aware of issues close to the ridership that they may not get through other resources.
Good evening. It is 6:31 on Tuesday, August 25th, and 2015. And this meeting of the Dallas Area Rapid Transit is called to order. Our first order of business is approval of the minutes of the prior meetings. Any objections, corrections, revisions? The minutes are entered entered as presented. There are two public comments, and they've asked to wait for the end. Our next order of business is Dr. Christian, would you introduce item 3?
Mr. Chairman, we could take them together.
Yes, if you're free to do that. Item 3.
Item 3 is approval of a contract extension.
3, 4, 5.
Right. 3,
Okay.
4, and 5.
Okay.
Item 3 is approval of a contract extension and funding increase for voice network services. Item 4 is the use of outside counsel for assistance in implementation of positive. And read the rest of that. My words are cut off. Train. All right. Control. And item 5 is approval of workman compensation. Subrogation representation by the law firm of Hoffman Kelly Lopez, LLP. I move approval.
Second.
Motion made and seconded by, it sounded like, Ms. Gates, you got it.
Yeah.
All those in favor, please signify so by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, say no. Motion carries. Mr. Slagle, would you introduce items 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11?
12.
And 12.
Here, would you like me to do them?
That's fine. So item number 6, and I will move through these each individually, and I'll move approval of all of them at the end. Contract award for engine lubrication oil for Cummins and Detroit diesel, natural gas, and diesel engine buses. Item number 7, contract award for disc and hardware kits for Conquishero, yeah, something like that, Conquishero, light rail vehicles. Item number 8 is contract award for bus replacement at 9209 Main. Item number 5 is contract award for non-revenue vehicles, police sedans. Item number 10 is approval of transfer of equity interest and sale of bus to Fayetteville Area System Transit, North Carolina. Item number 11 is approval of the transfer of equity interest and sale of buses to Charleston Area Regional Transportation Authority in Charleston, South Carolina. And item number 11 is approval of interlocal agreement between DART and the North Central Texas Council of Governments related to 2014 incident management equipment call for projects, Exhibit 1, and approval of supporting resolutions and for comprehensive coordinated interagency approach for freeway incident management, which is Exhibit number 2. I move approval of all of those items.
I second.
Is there a second for items 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11?
Second, each and every one of them. Mr. Chairman.
Very good. Second, each and every one of them by Mr. Cheney.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
just one clarification on item 9. I think the bus lift replacement is at 4209 Main Street. I think I misheard. I heard 9209, but it's 4209.
I probably said that.
For item 8, the record will read that it is 4209 Main Street.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All those in favor, please signify so by saying yes.
Yes.
All opposed, please say no. The motion carries. Mr. Adams?
I can't actually see it, and so I can't read it, but I'll be happy to make the motion in just a second, Mr. Chair.
Would you like me to read it for you?
Right, it just wasn't on any of the screens. Item 13 is approval of fiscal year 2016 goals for the General Council, unanimously approved by the committee and by the committee of the whole, and I move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded by Mr. Slagle. All those in favor signify so by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, please say no. That motion carries. We have 2 public comments, and Ms. Wilkins will read the public comments introduction.
Okay, public comments. General public comments will be allowed at the beginning of each DART board meeting for a total of 30 minutes, and again at the end of the meeting when the 30-minute period does not accommodate all persons who have signed up to speak. Individuals who have addressed the board in the past 30 days will be recognized to speak during the public comment period at the end of the meeting, where we are now. During the public comment period, board members may not interact with the speakers or other board members by asking questions or offering their own comments. Members of the public are reminded that their behavior during DART board meetings is governed by the DART Board Code of Conduct for citizens, news media, and visitors. Personal attacks, impertinent and slanderous remarks, and boisterous conduct will not be allowed. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to address the board. The green light on the podium will indicate that you can begin speaking. The yellow light indicates that you have 1 minute remaining, and the red light indicates that your time has expired.
Our first speaker is Mr. Kenneth Day.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mr. Chairman, board members. Look like you're going to get a chance to go home a little earlier tonight. I know that's always appreciated, and I say we appreciate the things that you do. We know you have a long day when you come down. So the times where you take time out to listen to us, be an ear for us, we appreciate it. But with a different tone tonight, I just want to say transportation funding is very important to the agency. It's important to the employees, and we think it's our obligations and our duties to also go hand in hand from time to time, excuse me, to make sure that this transit agency receives adequate funding. That's a plus for us. It's a plus for the public, plus for the agency. I'm passing out some cards that we are out in the public. You may hear about it. We're in the transit centers. We are on the streets. It's cards that are addressed to our senators, our congressmen. You may get a card, say, Congresswoman Eddie Bernice Johnson, but we got one. You get some of your cards may say Senator Corrin or Senator Cruz. But we are reaching out to all of our Congress and senators to ask them to support a transportation funding bill. If you know the struggles, right now it's been hung up. There's a lot of question of whether or not we're going to get a adequate funding bill. But we think it's important, and we'd like to let you know that we're doing all we can, hand in hand, that we get this funding transportation bill. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Day. Our next speaker is, I got it. Our next speaker is Mr. DeBoss. Christian.
Hello, how you doing?
Hello.
Board. I heard some disturbing issues and concerns earlier when we were speaking consistent of MV. A lot of things I didn't agree with, consistent of numbers that don't add up. But one thing I do agree with that's disturbing. We're losing riderships because of what you implemented. MV do things consistent of per trips. So when you got riderships, you got passengers or customers that are in the same locations, and they go to them and say, hey, can I ride? I'm going to the same location. They tell them no. Now, my problem is a lot of these customers are dialysis. So I can get you names of individuals that say they wasn't able to go and meet their dialysis obligations because they wasn't allowed to be picked up when the bus was there. Now, back in the old day, they picked up everyone. Because you implemented a per trip, that's the way MV set it up. Now, you brought in the taxi cabs, and we had people here to come and say, hey, we don't want the taxi cab. So you talk about the issues consisting of low ridership. When you bring in something that they choose not to use, you run them off. That's why we got the mom and pop transit authorities all throughout Dallas that are taking over passengers that we run away. Now, if I asked you once before, and you make the issue about the 90 million as far as the savings, I asked you once before, is it all about money? See, I hate for one day to think that it might be my mother or my father that might need that trip to dialysis, and they don't get it. And I'm asking you, what is it going to take for us to get it right? What lives or who lives that we may lose because we're trying to save a buck? So I'm asking you, take in consideration, it's not about the money. It's about what we do. We're here to pick up and provide a service to our passengers. And I'm asking you, let's continue to do that. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Our next speaker is Mr. Jaku Mument. I did my best. You want to take a shot?
Oh, no. It's good. He did good. Jake. It's Jaku? Jaku?
Jaku Mument?
Jake Benson.
That's not what's written out here.
Well, actually, your handwriting left something to be desired,
We got the Jake part right.
but not your
Vincent.
family name.
Is it Vincent?
Yes, Vincent. That's what it is. Good afternoon, everyone.
Nah.
This is my first time ever coming to this DART board meeting, but I had some serious concerns, and I have family members that work there. And so I'm not new to DART because I have family members that have been there over 25 years working for you, and I appreciate that. But the thing is, I don't appreciate is when some of these buses are taking an hour, being an hour late getting to where it need to get to. And also that I'm disability and I can't ride the handy ride because they think that I'm able enough to ride the bus, okay? But under the ADA law that you all, that's state and federal, that you're supposed to be providing adequate service, right? So therefore, if I'm going to ride the 110 to Eastfield and it's taking 2 hours to get to where I'm going, I'm late for class. But under your guidelines and your rules, I can't ride the handy ride, so therefore I can't get where I'm going. Also, when I get ready to go to church on Sunday morning, I can't get there neither because there's no Sunday service because of you looking at cost conservative. So all I'm asking is the board to be fair to everyone that rides a bus. You see? Because if I'm disability under the federal rules and I can't get where I'm going and I'm trying to ride this bus that you want me to ride, but it's not going where I'm going, then that's not being fair to me, and that's not being fair to a lot of Americans that are living in the city of Dallas. Because on Sundays, I go to church at 1013 Greenville Avenue, and there's no bus system that way. The train will go, but the bus won't. But now Eastfield offers Star, but Star is not hooked up to Dallas because of the tax issues and other issues that y'all got political. But all I'm asking is that y'all look into better service for people like me. And also I want to mention that at 3737 Munger, it need a handicap bench for Renaissance Apartments out front for the seniors. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any further speakers? There being no further business, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for coming.
This is William, hopefully your favorite videographer. We love comments. If you don't like the way Dart is handling things, lay it out for everyone to see. If you like or hate this video, tell us. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, tell us. We even love it when you call. Better yet, like or follow us on Facebook or subscribe to us on YouTube and get instant notices of all our videos the moment they are posted.